Here we're given a system of equations. We've got two equations, two unknowns. So you can either solve this by substitution or by my preferred method, elimination. And I'm going to show you how to do elimination. Now remember, you have no calculator, so it's not super easy to plug in these answers into the x's and y's and see which one works, because this is the no calculator section. So that's not going to work. Maybe if this were the calculator section, we could do that. But we're going to have to solve this by hand. And what you want to do, as the title of this episode suggests, is get rid of the fractions. Whenever I see fractions like this, I don't want to deal with them by, for example, adding these or substituting this into the other. It's going to be a horrible mess. Right? I don't want to go into substitution here. It's going to be a mess. And I don't want to do elimination with these fractions either. So the first thing I'm going to do is get rid of the fractions. And to do that, I'm going to multiply both equations by an integer, a different integer in each case, to get rid of those fractions. So what can I multiply the top by? Well, this is 1/2 and 1/4. So if I multiplied this by 2, I would still have a fraction here, right? It would be 2 times 1/4, which is 1/2. So instead, I'm going to multiply this top guy by 4. And I'm going to multiply this bottom guy. Well, they're both 1/8 of x and y, so I'll multiply both of them by 8. So let's see what we get here. We're going to get 4 times 1/2, don't forget, is 2x, minus, this is just going to give us y. And then don't forget to multiply your 10 by 4 as well, so equals 40. Now here, I'm just going to get x minus y equals, now 19 times 8. I'm going to have to do that by hand, because again, no calculator. So haven't done this in a while. 152. And now I've got a much simpler system of equations. So now what I'm going to do is I'm going to just change the sign of the bottom guy and then just add down. That will get me x. The y's will cancel, which is exactly why I changed the sign of the bottom guy. And then negative 152 plus 40 is negative 112. And I'm done right here because I've got x as negative 112. The only choice that has x as negative 112 as its value is choice A. So that's going to be my answer. And if you wanted to, I suppose at this point, if you had extra time, you could plug this into the equations and see if it would work. But that's going to take a bit of time because you got to deal with these annoying fractions and it's a little bit of a pain. But at the very least, we can get a pretty good answer by getting rid of the fractions. I guess you could plug it into this as well. It might be a little bit easier. Either way, we're going to get rid of the fractions and just makes the math a little bit easier.
To learn more about Reason Prep's SAT, SAT subject test, and ACT video courses, go to reasonprep.com/enroll, and you can find the link in the description below the video.